Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. And today we're gonna continue having some fun with a little bit more of meta decks, right? So like the last 2 days we showcased that purple Kaido, which I was surprised how well that video is doing. It seems like you guys all love Kaido. And today I wanted to showcase Zoro Sanji from Starter Deck 12, which is a leader honestly that since they came out, right? It's two of them. I actually like them a lot, right? I think it's kind of cool. I think it's a very underrated ability. But back then, when it first came out, the version that I showcased was all about like playing for like all these these small 2-cost units and actually using the cards from the starter deck. Today's version of this deck for OP08 is going to be all about the Supernova package and a nice little combo here of the OP07 Buckin and be able to just summon any of these Weevils, which again, they're also Seven Warlords of the Seas, so they can also work with Jinbe. So the whole strategy with this version of the deck is that you want to flood the board, right? You either flood the board with Buckin, so you can play Buckin as early as turn 1 if you go second, you can literally go Buckin into a 4-cost Weevil as a 6K, or if you don't have this one, you can play one of the other two, right? So the idea is that on turn 1, you play this into Weevil, and already you have like this very big unit on the field. And on your next turn, because you have the Buckin and the Weevil on the field, you can put 1 down on your Sanji, you can put 1 down on your Weevil, attack with your Weevil for 7, attack with your Zoro Sanji for 6, bouncing back the Buckin, restanding the Weevil, attacking with Weevil again for 7, and then you still have 2 down left over to play Buckin again into another Weevil if you have another one in your hand, right? So that's like the dreamer scenario if you go second. That's like the combo. But if you don't get that combo, then obviously you still have Jinbe that you can play on turn 4 and be able to summon another Weevil or something else, right? Or like a Mihawk or Gecko, etc. You can again you have other options, right? You have other options of things that you can play. Bucking can summon all your Weevils. Jinbe can summon all your Weevils and all your Seven Warlords, and the 3-cost Mihawk can also summon all your Weevils because your Weevils are all slash. So most likely you're always gonna have a way to cheat out 2 units at once, which is very important for your leader because you always want to have that extra unit on the field that you can bounce back with your leader ability, right? So again, either you're bouncing back the Buckin or you're bouncing back your started at 12 Mihawk to actually get that restand value and be able to attack twice. So that's kind of the deck list here. So again, the Supernova package is all about being very aggressive and just being able to attack twice with some of these units, attacking for 7 to begin with, restanding it, and you can attack for 7 again, or you can obviously put more down on it to attack for a higher value. So it's a very aggressive deck, and that's kind of what we're doing. So let's talk about again the 7 Warlords of the sea, right? So we are playing the 4 started deck 12 Mihawks because again lets us summon any of our slash characters, which even includes this law if we wanted to, or anything like that. The 4 Weevils, again, just combination with the Buckins. Another 4 Weevils here. So this one is just allowing us to kind of set up the top of our deck, right? So look at the top 3 cards whenever we attack with him. So it can be kind of cool. And if you attack with him twice, you can trigger the ability twice. So if you don't like the first search, right, you can put them in the bottom, restand it with your leader, and then attack again. And maybe you like this second search better, right? So it kind of lets us kind of filter out our deck to grab exactly what we need to. Of course, we're playing the 4 Jinbe here to be able to actually also cheat out any of these 7 Warlords of the pack, 7 Warlords of the Sea. Sometimes don't be afraid to, bounce back your Jinbe, right? So one cool thing that I like to do, and you're gonna see in some of the games today and tomorrow, is that I'll play the Jinbe plus another unit, right? And then on the next turn, I can attack with Jinbe first, right? And then attack with the other unit, bounce back to Jinbe, restand the other unit, and then play Jinbe again and cheat out another unit, right? So it ends up being kind of cool because it's like it costs us the same thing as just playing one of these 4 costs from our hand. We are playing 2 Sengokus, kind of lets us search the Weevils or the Jinbe if we don't have either of them in our hand and we need one or the other. 2 Laws here just because they are 2K counter, right? We have another 3 Weevils here, so we're playing a total of 11 Weevils. And the reason I'm playing 11 Weevils is because obviously we are playing 3 Buckin, so we want to have at least 1 Weevil in our hand that we can cheat out with the Buckin. So these 3 Weevils is a little bit less important as this one because this one just bounces your opponent's 3 costs or less back to their hand. And for the most part, you don't want to do that, but sometimes you're gonna go against some aggro decks, which way might make sense to actually bounce their 3 costs or less back into their hand, right? You aside from that, you really don't have any other like discount reduction. So you're not going to use his ability a ton. It's just really there as a target for the Buckin. We're playing 2 Gecko here, obviously. Just lets us cheat it out and get a 2k back to our hand. And we're playing this 4 of the started deck 3 Mihawks as well. Just because it lets us, again, just cycle the cards in our hand. And we can attack with him twice, right, using our leader. So we're able to cycle and get exactly the hand that we're looking for. So that's kind of like the package here with the 7 Warlords of the Sea. Finishing up with 1 Perfume Ephemeral, right? Our leader is not a 7 Warlords of the Sea, but most of our units are. So sometimes, you know, worst comes to worst, you can just use it, and it's like a free 2k allowing you to be unblockable, right, and be able to get to the last blocker that the opponent has if you get the 2-0 die. So that's like the Warlords of the package side of the deck. We're only playing 3 Buckin here just because it's a non-counter card, right? So you don't want to be stuck with 2 of them in your hand, or God forbid 3 of them. So that's why we only play 3, right? 4 is too much, can be a little bit too bricky, and 2 is too little. You're probably not going to see them very often. So 3, I feel, is like the perfect amount so that you can actually at least see 1 almost every game. But regardless, even if you do get stuck with a lot of them, that is why we're playing 2 of the whoever wins this wars become justice, so that we can potentially use her as fodder for this. But also we have other non-counter cards like Weevil or Hody Jones that we can also trash, or even the events, right, that we can trash with this if necessary, right? So that's why we only play 3. We are playing 2 Gravity Blades here, just really nice into the Black Yellow Luffy matchup, and into other matchups as well, where you can just bottom deck 2 of the opponent's blockers if necessary, or 2 of the opponent's very critical cards here. Just a nice little, you know, extra card there that we can potentially use to kind of let us get some advantage into the opponent. We are playing 2 Puddings. We are a blue deck, right? So Pudding is really good against into the Black Yellow matchup, and into other matchups as well where opponents get very greedy. And then to finish it up, we are playing 4 Carrots and 3 Hody Jones. So Carrot is really good, right? So that's the new card here from OP08, because Carrot is when she attacks, right? So granted, she's not searchable, so you're not gonna cheat her out. You're not gonna find her with Sengoku, and you cannot cheat her out with Jinbe or any of your other cards. But sometimes maybe you have nothing else better to play, and you can just play this Carrot. And if the opponent does not deal with Carrot, then Carrot next turn can attack twice potentially, which can freeze 2 other units, right? So it's a card that the opponent has to answer, and that's why we play her here. And then 3 Hody Jones, of course, allowing us to finish up the game. So kind of performing the same as the Perfume. That's why we only play 1 Perfume, because with the Hody Jones we can at least, you know, rest 2 of the opponent's blockers, right? And what this does is that Hody Jones costs 7, right? So imagine that you have Hody Jones and you have just a 5k unit like a Jinbe or one of these Weevils. You can go like play Hody Jones, attack 7 with your Jinbe, have 1 done left over to attack 6 with your Zoro, bounce back something else, restand that Jinbe, attack for 7 again, and still have an 8k attack to follow up with, right? So at the 10 down turn, ends up being like an amazing finisher for you to finish up the games, right? And sometimes, honestly, you might even end up bouncing Hody Jones himself, right? Like sometimes maybe I'm really just trying to finish up the game. And what you can do is that if you only have like 1 other unit on the field, you can again attack with the unit first for like 7, play Hody Jones, attack for 8, then attack with your leader, bouncing back to Hody Jones, and still restunning the other unit. So that way you still get 4 attacks in a single turn, even when the opponent might not have played around that because you only had a single unit on the field. They might have only played around 3 attacks instead of having to deal with 4 attacks. So that's a nice way to also finish up the game again with this Hody Jones character here, and in combination with a leader. So that's the deck list here, right? And again, it's a very aggressive deck, right? The idea here is just being able to attack twice with 7. Every time, if I'm going to restand my unit, almost every time I want to be attacking for 7, because 7 is forcing 2 cards out of the opponent's hand, right? So it's forcing a 2k and a 1k. So most likely, if you actually get the 7k hit, especially if you have this Weevil, because it's only costing you 1 down to do that, most likely the opponent either is going to take a life, and it's still going to give you a 2k, 1k, because they probably don't want to take 2 lives, right? And if they do take 2 lives, then maybe you're looking to play a really cool Pudding here to just blow up their whole hand. So I think Zoro Sanji is actually a super underrated leader. Obviously, this version of the deck can be a little bit memey with the Buckin, but honestly, I also think like this Buckin value is absolutely nuts, and you won't see it in every game in the videos, right? Because sometimes I don't draw her, but you'll see in some of the games where I do draw Buckin just how crazy of a tempo play she can be. I just letting me put so much pressure into the opponent, and again being able to just bounce her back to my hand to play another Weevil if necessary. Like it's really freaking crazy when you can get that value off like that. But anyways, as always, we're gonna have 2 videos with this leader over the next 2 days. So today we're gonna have a variety of matchups. I think we're gonna start with 2 games against Black, one against a starter deck 14 Luffy, and one against a Lucci player. We're also gonna be going up against a Shopper decklist, and then we're gonna close up with a game against Bonney, which is unfortunately our worst matchup, as it pretty much just shut down our whole leader. So anyways, I hope that you enjoyed the 4 games coming up soon. And if you do, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post One Piece videos every single day. Enjoy the games. In this match, we're going against Black Luffy, right? So started deck 14. So right away going against a Black removal deck. I will keep this hand just because we do have the double Jinbe, right? So that's kind of like the things that I'm looking for. We have to grab the Weevil, right? So we have to grab the Weevil just because obviously we had no other hit here from the Sengoku. Ooh, I could actually play out the Weevil this turn because the Weevil is actually a slash character. So what if we go 5 and play Mihawk into Weevil? And done. Let's just go like this. That way we can still go Jinbe next turn and still have a Dawn open to be able to go for the Zoro ability and attack sets twice. Yeah, like this is an easy counter. I'm gonna give you this one, I guess, right? We can bounce the Mihawk back to our hand. Yeah, so we'll go sits. We'll go sits 3 times here. And then we'll go Jinbe into a second Weevil. And just draw. They gave me a 2k, they gave me another 2k, and they're gonna have to give me more here. Yeah, we'll just go like this into this. Oh, you know, getting these Weevils is pretty good because it lets me just, you know, be able to continuously keep drawing. We can also just bounce the Jinbe next turn if we wanted to. Oh, the opponent's gonna kill 1 Weevil. We have 7 Dawn next turn. Obviously, we gotta keep a Dawn active for my stuff. Yeah, you KO this one. Dubali's not bad. Dubali's not bad because he lets me. It's a card that we can bounce back if we don't want to bounce our Weevil back. Rebecca, they get the T-bone. We have all the Weevils, but we haven't found the girl, right? So we want to play Jinbe again. We're gonna play Jinbe again, which leaves us with 1 Dawn here. For the Zoro, which gives us with 2 here. So we have a 6 and a 7 twice, I guess. Does it make sense to go? I guess we can go 6 here, right? We don't need to go 6 we don't need to go 6 anywhere else. Yeah, so let's go 7 here. Okay. So like I wanna, let's go here. Let's go here again, right? Then we go 6. Use the leader ability. We're gonna bounce back the Jinbe that we just played to restand this Weevil. Okay, so then we have a 7 and a 5 and a well, I guess we can go 6. No need for me to go 5, right? So let's go 6. Eat up that 2k counter that we know that the opponent has because they brought the T-bone back into their hand. So the fact that they did that tells me that they probably want to just actually use the T-bone to attack into us. Finding these 4-cost Weevils ended up being really good, right? Now, if the opponent plays Jack here, they can't kill anything unless they commit like a Suru. They probably want to go Jack and put it down on their leader, so their leader can be a 6k next turn. And this will make it a 7k this turn, and they can attack it to the Jinbe. I'm debating. Okay, well, I guess I can go Jack now. Okay, it's not going to be Jack. It's just going to be Brooke. All right, so they just have the second Rebecca. It does mean that they can have a lot of damage here, though. Right? Yeah, they're gonna go for 8. So I'm down to give them the double 2K. Do I want to have the Mihawks? I'm gonna keep the other blue Mihawk. The other blue Mihawk because the opponent. Ooh, wait, this is actually not bad. Probably want to use this actually to finish the game, right? I think I want to use this to finish the game. No reason for me to do it now. Let them block with the Rebecca here, get value, right? So we can still play. We can play Jinbe. Okay, so 4, 6, 7, 1, 1. I think I want to fill the board up, right? So we're gonna go the same thing. We're gonna go 7 here, just like how we did last turn, right? At this time, though, we're gonna play Duval instead of playing anything else. This is actually really good for their Jack. I could also just get them down to 0 here. I wonder if that's worth it. While the opponent's not a 6K leader. Let's place in the bottom. Let's place in the bottom. I don't think I need any of these just yet. We go like this, use the car action, return the Duval to restand the Weevil. Attack for 7 one more time. Alright, here's my question. Do I just go all in? If the opponent plays just Rebecca and Netsen, I guess actually I just kept the pudding. I can go all in, or I can just go Jinbe into Weevil and just have multiple attacks, but the opponent's gonna be able to become a 6K leader. Does having multiple attacks end up being better? I can also just play Duval again. I can also just go for 8 here and just play Duval one more time. That way I keep the blocker to potentially save. I'm okay with this actually. Let's go 8 here. And we'll play Duval one more time. Yeah, force the opponent to give me the double 2K. There we go. We'll go here. Yep, we want to leave this at the top. We want to leave the Buckin at the bottom at this point. I don't think I need her. Yep. So now we have Hody Jones or Raging Blade Tiger. Either way can get rid of the opponent's blockers. They still have 1 life, obviously, right? So that's annoying. The Duval blocker ends up protecting if the opponent tries to go like high down without me having to spend my cards here. Oh, wow, yeah, so this is perfect. This is like the perfect gravity blade type. Like the opponent doesn't even get a Moria down, so the leader doesn't become a 6K. Yeah, we're just gonna give you a 1K here. Don't even have to use on my Duval now, so I can just bounce it back. They're gonna kill this. Okay. So the opponent has 2 cards left. They have a blocker. We can just go Hody Jones instead. That gives me an additional attacker. Hody Jones is 7. 1 down on the Zoro to go to 6. That leaves me with 2 down left. So we can go 2 7K attacks here. 2 7K attacks, a 6K attack, and then we have the 8. That should be game, right? Yeah, we just go like this. We go 7. And then we restand it with the, yeah. So we go 7. We restand it with the Zoro leader to attack for 7 again, while also attacking for 6 here, and then we have another 8K, right? So 7 twice means that the opponent has to give me both cards, which means the 6 goes through and then the other cards go through, right? Again, we did have the Gravity Raging Blade as well, even if we didn't get the Hody Jones. But I do think I liked what we did the previous turn, that instead of going wide with Jinbe, we ended up just attacking for 8 and forcing the opponent to give me those 2 2Ks or risk going to 0, right? So and it ended up working out pretty well there for us. So GG's. In this match, we're going against Lucci. I'll go second. I don't mind going second here. You get the Mihawk and the Weevil and a Duval as well. So I think I'll keep this. I think this is fine. Now the opponent could have Brook, I guess, to get rid of the Duval right away. That's a nice gravity blade too, to be honest. Oh, there we go. We get the Buckin now. So the Buckin might actually be better than playing the Mihawk. And yeah, we'll just play the Jinbe afterwards and get our value that way. Because the Buckin lets me attack for 7 here. And it's not like I need the Buckin to stay alive, because I only have 1 of these in my hand. Do I want to take this, is the question. Like, maybe we just say block here before this thing dies later. Let's take it. Even if I'm eventually not going to get value from that. And again, here we attack for 7. Opponent's playing Sitskin Pistol. Interesting. So we attack for 7. The opponent takes it. We play Buckin into Weevil. The opponent has 8 cards, right? We know we have a pudding coming up on the next draw. Now this attacks here, I don't like taking. So I might actually give them the Mihawk. I wanna keep the Moria, because I can get the Mihawk back with the Moria. If I go Jinbe into here. They're gonna just... I can also get the Weevil back, I guess, right? I'm gonna need to get the Gecko back. Ooh. 7 cards. Pudding is tempting. Pudding is very, very tempting here. Very, very tempting. We can attack for 6 3 times. While having pudding on the field. Opponent just kind of cycle their hand as well. Oh, this pudding is way too juicy for me to pass up on. Yeah, let's go like this. Let's go like this. I guess we can actually go 7, right? So we can go 7, 6, and then 7 again. Unless the opponent has a way to kill this. I guess if they got a trigger here like Ice Age, they can KO one of these 2. Sitskin Pistol, that's the trigger? Draw 1 card, then KO one of your opponent's characters with cost of 1 or less. Okay, so they just get to draw a card there. What if we just grab the pudding back? Just put the Fear of God into the opponent, that they can never have more than 6 cards. I like that. Give me another 2k if you want to block. They don't. They just take the block straight out. I like putting the Fear of God into the opponent. Knowing that if they go to 7 cards, I'm just going to pudding again. Now, the reason that I like the pudding last time is because the opponent plays Sabo, so they cycle their hand, right? Trash the things that they didn't need, which was the Helmeppo and the Ice Age. But now I like messed it up, right? I made them have to find stuff again. The 7 doesn't matter, because again, I just give you the Mihawk one more time. I also have this Duval that I'm just kind of chilling there, that I could always give them. I like keeping both units though. That's the weird part. So I think I just give them the 2k again. They lost a Jack there on that trash and a 2k. They have 5 down again. They're gonna go down to 5 cards, right? They have to kill this Weevil. Like this Weevil is the reason that you're like getting so punished. Wow. That's not enough. So they drew the Jack from the trash. Oh, do they have the Lucci? They don't have the Lucci here. So they're just gonna go Khalifa and just cycle their hand. If they... We know they have a Jack, right? If they don't block this, I will pudding. They have to block this. I will pudding if you don't block this. Yeah, I will absolutely pudding if you don't block that. How do we want to do this? We can bounce back this girl. Right, so we can bounce back this girl with my leader. We can play Jinbe. We can play Jinbe into Gecko, I guess. That leaves me 3 dons, so we can go 7 and an 8, maybe? What we can do, by the way, is that we can go 7 and then 8. Yeah, see, the opponent had to do it. Yeah, the opponent had to do it because they know we could just get their stuff out, right? So here we're just gonna go like this. Just develop the feel. Opponent knows I have the pudding in my hand, right? So again, they cannot go to 7 cards. They have a jack in their hand. So jack is going to be 7 down if they do it. The Spandan is seeing the field, and they don't have a Lucy in the trash yet. So like, even if they have a second Spanding, it doesn't matter. They shouldn't have a way to kill everything. The jack will be able to kill, obviously, stuff. We even have this Hody Jones as well at some point to just get rid of the opponent's stuff. That's crazy that the opponent was actually forced to block that 7k with my leader because of this. Yeah, I mean, you know I have this Mihawk, right? The opponent's just gonna play Jack, right? So, do I want to even give them the Mihawk? Maybe I actually give them the Duval. Yeah, so this is just gonna be Jack, but that's interesting because the Jack means that you have no blockers. And if you have no blockers, I'm gonna be like having a really good time. I can give them Mihawk. I think it's time to give them the blocker. Let's keep the 2k counters for potentially surviving like the opponent's attacks, right? So the opponent gets to cycle out the Kaido. They kill the Jinbe, right? Which is what we expected. You have 2 lives. Yeah, 2 lives. And we can attack 7 here. So you have to give me 2 cards. 9. Oh, you know what? I messed up. That's fine. We'll go like this. I messed up. I actually messed up, but that's okay. Because I think that, yeah, that still was the win. I messed up because I forgot I needed to have something else on my field for my leader ability, but the opponent just didn't have any cards left, and unfortunately I clicked too fast, right? So I didn't get to see what the last cards that my opponent had were. So you guys can pause the video and see what their last cards were. So GG's. In this match, we're going against Shopper. I, like, going first is weird because I'm going to just go second. I want to fill my board up. I think I need a better hand than this. There we go. Jinbe into Weevil, since we're going second and something really good. Yeah, because the opponent's going to play this Shopper, obviously, on their turn 3. And we just have to attack into whatever unit. I just need to develop units on the field. Yeah, we don't want to take damage early. I think it's fine to counter early, because the opponent's like an aggressive deck, right? And we gotta obviously play around Gabriel. So this is perfect because I can attack into this for 5, and the opponent's gonna have to commit 2 cards to save it. And then here we just go here into here. We go into a second Jinbe too. We can get rid of this Shopper if the opponent attacks with it. The opponent will be able to give everything +1, but these guys don't have like, you know, they don't have like. Yeah, we'll take the 7, and then we'll block that 7, right? Yeah, we'll go like this. So, you know, actually I should probably play this Weevil out. So this is gonna be 4. And we can attack. Oh, thank you. Have fun. Okay, so one on Zoro, 1 on Weevil. So we can attack for 7 here. We can bounce back to Jinbe, right? We go 5 here. I'm not gonna show them that I have a second Jinbe in my hand just yet. We're just gonna go here. Attack for 6, attack for 7. Oh, they're playing the Hero Lock version. And then again, we're going to play this one, right? Because this one actually lets me bounce back the opponent's units back to their hand. So if the opponent plays a blocker, I should still be in a decent spot. I'm kind of low on car value, though. On hand size, sorry. So I do have to be careful how much damage I take here. They get a shopper, so they get to fill out the board again. I wish I had something better that I could bounce back. Like if I had a Buckin, that would be so clutch right now. They can play another unit here if they wanted to, but I think at this point it doesn't matter if they do that. They can go +1 down on all of these, right? But only these two can attack because they just played that this turn. So this would be at 6, 7. This will be at 7. Ah, this will be 2 6s, right? So we can take this one. We'll give them this one. And I guess they're gonna go 6, and we'll counter for 2. Again, really weird here. Because I need to clear their board, but at the same time, I guess I can go Jinbe into Mihawk and just bounce the Mihawk back. 1 down on my leader. Yeah, I guess we can go like that. Yeah, I guess we can go like that. Yeah, we can bounce back again. We can bounce back the thing, right? So we can go 5 here. What if we just bounce both of their units? Like, what if we just go like this? If I'm gonna do that, maybe I'm gonna use it to attack for 7. Maybe we go 6 here. 4. Yeah, we just go like this. Forces so that the opponent doesn't have any attacks next turn. That's why I said that Weevil was really clutch, right? And again, here we're gonna go here into Mihawk, right? We're gonna put 2 on the Zoro. Attack the opponent here, use the card action, bounce this guy, put this guy back to active. And then we can attack again, bouncing this Kureha. And that way the opponent has no units to attack with next turn. They can counter now, right? They have plenty of counter cards, but I care more about their attacks. Like I clear the whole board there, right? They do have that shopper, right? The 3-cost shopper, but that's a non-counter card in their hand. I don't have a lot of cards in my hand, but next we could potentially just have lethal. Ooh, okay. So kick killer. The best thing for us is if the opponent goes after my units. Yeah, I'm cool with this. Yeah, so they realize how annoying that Weevil is for them to deal with. I'm cool with this too. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I mean, again, I could technically have gone for lethal here maybe, but I'm just gonna try to play safe and just kill the kick killer first. Go here for 7. This is 7, 8, 9, and then 9 again, I guess. We can go 9 twice. Yeah, we'll attach. Ooh, what a punish, huh? They get to rest my Jinbe, so I didn't get to go 9 twice. That's a nice trigger. If they don't kill Jinbe, we do have this, but we also have Hody Jones, right? So that's a nice punish. Yeah, so it's gonna have to be Hody Jones then, and just so that the opponent has no blockers. They do have the blockers, but again, it's just gonna be Hody then. Yeah, we just attack 8 twice, or we just 7 and 9. Yeah, we just go, yeah, GG's. So 9 and then 7, yep. No, that was fun. Unfortunately for the opponent, yeah, that one turn with the Weevil actually ended up being crazy, because again, we bounced back their unit, so I never felt like I was in any threat of dying. An opponent also didn't find their event until obviously the next card in their hand. So I would that event trigger scared me there for a second. I was like, oh no. That's interesting. Okay, so you can rest one of the opponent's 3-cost characters if you did result to one of the opponent's cost 5 or less characters. Oh, okay, so you can like just reduce any blocker by just resting one of your units, but you still get to give one of your characters 3k. So it's like, this is so good. That's actually really good, huh? I gotta think about that card for my shopper version. So, GG. In this match, we're going against Bonney, literally our counter matchup. Because no matter what, they're gonna be able to rest stuff. Oh my goodness, this actually sucks. Oh man. I'm down to keep the Buckin because we have the Dubao. And I like this gravity blade a lot, right? So, because we have the Dubao, I think I'm okay going like this. The question here is, do I prefer the Jinbe or do I just want to go Weevil? I think we can go like this. I think we can go Weevil. That lets me attack for 7 and then we play the Buckin. Just get value from this Buckin being on the field. Although she's not going to get us any other value after that. Sure. I might have to actually play this Mihawk. I'm going to have to play this Mihawk. Maybe I should have gone for the Jinbe first and just have the Mihawk on the field. Now that I think about it. If they use both, I will attack both. Yeah, if they use both, I will attack with the ball. So they get the road. They did use both. So they had the rogue and the 3k count. Okay, so remember, we know we're going to play... I want to put 2 down on this. I want to put 2 down on this and just attack into their Bonney. Let's go like this. Force the opponent to give me the 2 cards if they want to save her. And then we attack for 5. Play the Buckin into this. Have this Weevil on the field. This is actually not bad in this matchup because it lets me return, like if the opponent is playing Rocinante, it lets me return it back, right? So it's not like impossible. I want to keep this Mihawk, right? So I think I want to go for this one because again, we have Jinbe next turn. So we're going to go Jinbe. We're going to have... The thing here is that no matter what I do, the opponent will be able to rest my leader, right? So I'm not going to get the value from my leader. But I don't want to make it that easy for the opponent either. So we're gonna go 6 with Weevil. Force the opponent to just rest my stuff, right? I don't think I'm gonna go ahead and play the Buckin yet. I think I'm gonna just chill. Force the opponent to rest my leader, right? As expected. That still keeps the Dubal on the field, and we still get to play this Mihawk like I wanted to. Let's play here first. I think I need to find the second Weevil. At some point I should probably just honestly go for yeah, we're gonna replace this guy right here. At some point I should probably just go Pudding. And I think that point might be next turn, to be honest. Depending on what the opponent throws here. If they just give me like a, if they only play 1 card, it might have to be exactly that. This is interesting. This is a very interesting matchup right now. Because again, it's, as long as they continue resting my leader, which I have to always attack with my leader first. If like the only way for my leader not to get rested is for me to attack with him first. So they're gonna continuously rest my leader, so I cannot rely on my leader ability. So this matchup is just gonna be a bunch of like little units attacking into the opponent. This is interesting because I wanna... I'm down to block with the Dubal. I wanna see if they actually attack with the Roach. Oh, they're just gonna freeze it. Okay. Might have to go Gravity Blade here. I think this Roach is giving them too much value. Yeah, I might have to just go Gravity Blade. And because I have no way to kill that carrot, and not killing the carrot is going to be a problem. Yeah, we'll go like this. I want to get damage off from this Mihawk. Like, I want to be able to get the value from Mihawk, so I think we go here. Oh, man. This is not bad, but probably not what we need here. I hate giving up the perfume. Like, how am I beating this game without this to kind of have a last-ditch attack? Am I going to have to just give up my counters here? Yeah, I don't know why you bother resting that. Yeah, so the opponent can just KO one of these units. I needed to get rid of that carrot for sure, though. Maybe the opponent never goes down to... Maybe the opponent never goes down to 0 because they're playing around the pudding. Oh my goodness, that's for third searcher. So they get the Rocinante, but they don't have enough down to play it. They should kill this. I don't care about going to 10. They should definitely kill this Mihawk. You don't want to let that Mihawk stay on the field. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense, right? So again, they're gonna just be able to rest my leader no matter what I do, right? So we can go for 4 into the Weevil. We can also just bring back the Buckin for now. So attack for 7, bring back the Buckin, play the Buckin to play the Weevil, and I still have 4 done. If we go for 8, are we ever actually using my... I think they're gonna take the 7. I think they're gonna take the 7. I do want to kill this baby 5. So 2, 4. I think they're gonna take the 7. I just want to force them to take this. I guess they do have their bend, right? So they could just counter with their bend right here. And if they do that, I still have 7 down to play Mihawk instead. Okay, so they are gonna take the 7, right? So since they took the 7, we should have gone for 8, by the way, because we know that we want to attack into this baby 5. We're gonna go like this. We're gonna go here, and we're gonna go Buckin. Now the opponent still has 2 attacks here, right? They get their value. So, I need to get them down. Yeah, so this the Rocinante. Oh, they got the Rocinante back anyways. Oh my goodness. So even though I did the pudding, they still got Rocinante back into their hand. So they can freeze this. They still have a 6K and a 6K, right? So I can save one of these. And the other one gets hit. Alright. So again, the opponent just gets to keep their stuff here. And they're chilling. So, the opponent has no blockers. Maybe this is the time that we try to get them down to 0. So I want to play 2 for the Duval. We're going to get 1, 2, 7 with the Jinbe, maybe 8. But I probably want to also have another unit on the field. So let's say 4, 2, so that gives me with 7, 6, which doesn't seem great. I guess we might as well bounce the Buckin back to my hand. I feel like I need to just go for it. I think I need to just go for it and just commit to this Perfume the floor. Yeah, I think that's what's gonna have to be the play. So we can go 9. Oh, sorry, we can go 8, 9, I guess. Yeah, let's go like this. Let's go 8. They rest the leader. Maybe we don't even need the Duval, to be honest. Maybe we just trolling with the Duval. While the opponent has no blockers, I think this is where I need to take the advantage and try to get them down low. Again, this matchup is so bad for us just because the opponent can just rest my leader every single turn. They have to rest my leader because even if they rest the Jinbe, I can restun the Weevil instead. Because this only freezes it from becoming active, it doesn't stop it from attacking. Yep. Now they could give me the double 2k counters here. If they give me the double 2k counters, maybe we just go for like a 5. No, they take it. Okay, so since they took it, I think we do go for the 9. So we do go for the 9 here. And yeah, we'll go Duval. We'll leave that at the top. I'm down to have another Duval just in case I need a blocker. The Hody Jones is huge because the Hody Jones, again, potentially lets me be able to... get rid of the blockers here, right? I want to keep this Gecko Moria because I need at least one unit that can have a 7 Warlords of the Sea. You know what's funny? That if the opponent lets the pudding stay alive, I will save her. Okay, they didn't. Because I could bounce the pudding back, right? Okay. I have no attacks, right? So the opponent just needs to do their thing. Like if they just play blockers here, and the Hody Jones is so risky. What is this? Okay. The Hody Jones is so risky because I could just die next time. Like there's no question about it. I have no 7 Warlords of the Sea. So like my perfume the floor doesn't even do anything. So what am I doing? Opponent has 3 downs, so they can just rest my leader. So I guess I'm just attacking here. Yeah, I guess I'm just attacking like this and letting the opponent just say, kill us. No matter what, I don't have a 7 Warlords of the Sea, and there's no rush card here. That's a 7 Warlords of the Sea. So there's no way for me to actually get there. An opponent just gets to rest my leader, like we said. I go to 6 cards, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks next turn. They should be playing around a second one, right? Like, it makes a lot of sense to play around it. You know what? The Cairo freezes this anyways, right? That's so crazy that they're taking it so slow. This is so crazy. This is so crazy. None of these are a 2k counter, which doesn't really matter. We'll just grab the 2k here. And we'll pass. You have to kill me. You have 5 attacks here. You have 5 attacks. I mean, they do have 7 cards now, so this is gonna be crazy. Like, what are you what are you taking for your time? Again, this is just lethal, right? There's no way. Maybe you have another Hody Jones? Like, this is just 15. I have 3 cards in my hand. What is going on, guys? What am I missing? Are you really gonna lose to the perfume? The perfume? I guess they just wanted to get the Bonney here. Okay, I was gonna be like, what are you doing? They also had the Hody Jones, so they had game no matter what. So yeah, GG's. Hey, welcome back everyone. Hope you enjoyed today's games of Zoro and Sanji, and you kind of saw the value there, right? Like the first game against the Luffy player, you know, we didn't really find the Buckin, right? So we didn't get a ton of value. We were playing more for like the Jinbe, but you got to see the value of this leader just continuously attacking for this 7-7-7, right? We got to see a game against Lucci where we got to get a lot of value from putting, just blowing up their hand, just doing other stuff, right? And again, just putting all this pressure where we just continuously re-standing my units over and over and over again, which again is really tough for the opponents to have to deal with that. And then again against the shopper, we actually got to see the value from this Weevil, which I was not expecting to actually happen again at all. And then finally against the Bonney, you kind of see why I mentioned that she's like probably our worst matchup in the whole meta. Like she literally shuts down our whole leader, being able to rest it every single turn. So we're never actually able to get value because like the way that this leader works is that you have to attack with a unit first and then restand it. So no matter which sequence you do, you're gonna lose your leader ability one way or the other, which can be pretty tragic. But hey, we tried to see if we could like get there, but it just wasn't enough, unfortunately, against the opponent. But anyways, enough about that. I hope that you enjoyed today's game. So Zoro Sanji, again, we have another video coming out tomorrow with this leader, so you want to keep up to date with that. Make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post One Piece videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund. We stream every now and then, and you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.